Yeah, so much in this one, and I know some people would write it off as absolute nonsense, and to me, it's so many click moments that I can't actually take them all in at once. The number 22, numerology. The number 22 is a double 11. It is also a recurring 2. It is the number of the master builder. Okay, well, there's two things there. I have already made another video about Ken Browning's death, which took place on the 22nd of February, i.e. 2/2/2. You got your 22, you got your recurring 2. And I have said that Wednesday is important. Wednesday, and of course that was another Wednesday. In fact, it was the first I knew of. Might sound odd if I say I'd noticed a pattern by the time it came to my mother, because that was only the second I knew of. Nonetheless, I did see a pattern. I can remember thinking, both Wednesdays and all these bloody 2s. I can only assume that subconsciously I already knew a lot of this. That's all I can think. But of course it doesn't end there. I rabbited on over and over for a long time about the other end of the spectrum, not death, but birth. I pointed out that my parents were in Piccadilly in July 1946 and had photos taken. I have put them up long ago. Dreadful photos which they kept for life, 3 copies. There must originally have been 4. It's one of those postcard things that you cut into 4. Well, they kept 3, and my mother labelled one July 1946. My father labelled the other 11th of July 1946. Karen was born on the 22nd. Again, you have your recurring to your number of the master builder. I don't know. The registrars were so keen to help me with everything that had to do with that household, 886 Cross Road, that I'm sure they had noticed something suspicious an awful long time before I knew about it. They were very keen to be helpful. They even sent me the original signature on Karen Ann's birth certificate, which did give me the chance to compare it with various other signatures. It had been altered, you see. I must flash that up as well, if I haven't already. Now, I didn't see how a man could possibly walk into a registrar's and pretend to be a woman. And I don't think... Well, possibly, but my father couldn't have carried it off. But there is something wrong with the signature. The E in Enid, Enid being the name of Karen's mother on paper, the E has been altered, substantially altered. It was something else before it was an E, and I can't quite tell what because of the handwriting of the day. And I have to say, when I look at the German handwriting of the day, it's much more like that. It was very, very flowery and very difficult to read. So I'm now also suspicious not only about my own date of birth, Hitler's mother's birthday, but Karen's as well. Because between those 2 dates, the 11 that my father added to July 1946 and the 22 supposedly Karen's date of birth. I have that, well, the double 11. 11 being the number of destruction and judgment, and the death of man. Oh gosh, I'd forgotten to say this bit. 11 is to aid the rising of the Antichrist. It's got a lot about a Remembrance Day there, but it's also worth remembering 9/11, I think. But there I am again. The number 22 is a double 11, and a recurring to number of the Master Builder. So now I have not only Ken's death fitting that, but Karen's birth, and that Piccadilly photograph. I have managed to add the book that I wrote to my camera roll. However, when I tried to upload it to YouTube, it didn't recognize the format. It runs into 750 odd pages. It's not finished. I know a lot more now than I did at the time of writing. A lot more. And it needs a lot of alterations because I know a lot more. And the things that were questions then are answers now.